My name is Dan. I'm with a company called Triad RV Parts, and we specialize in repair parts for RVs. That would be motorhomes, tag-alongs, fifth wheels, pop-ups. Today we're going to do an informational how-to video on how to replace these gas springs on your RV. Now, these things are widely used for a lot of different things. One of the most common places these gas springs are used is on the back of pickup trucks, the Weather Pooch camper shells, that hold the door up while you're getting in and out over top of the tailgate. And those are relatively easy to replace. In the RV, these are used underneath beds and to hold compartment doors up and such. So having determined that you do have one that's bad and it's not doing the job that it's supposed to do, or it's not doing the job it was doing when you first got it, it's time to replace the gas spring. The first thing that needs to happen is you need to be able to get the gas spring off of your unit. There are basically two types of connectors for these gas springs. One is the plastic snap-on socket, and then the blade style. I have one of each here. The blade style, that one is usually attached with some type of shaft and C-clip or some type of bolt-on setup. That one's not used on RVs nearly as much as the snap-on plastic type, but that's the one we're going to basically cover here. I've always been amazed when I've helped people get these things on and off, how shocked they were that they were so easy to get off. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go over that here. They just snap into place, and then secondly, when you get ready to get it off, it just takes a little bitty screwdriver to push and lift, and it just comes right out. Now that you have it off, what you need to do is measure it. And if yours is damaged and it stays in, then what you need to do is pull it out completely to its longest length and measure that. Now how these are measured is from the very center of where the socket connects to the center at the other end. Once measured, you now know what length of gas spring that you need. And let's just say hypothetically you needed a 17-inch. So that's what you're going to want to go back with. The next measurement you need to be concerned with is the stroke. And the stroke is the amount that this thin shaft right here goes up inside of the cylinder. Now, measuring that basically gives you a good idea of how far it travels. You can give or take, a half an inch to an inch in the variance of, and depending on how long it is. The longer, a little more play. The shorter, a little less play. The third thing you need to consider is the amount of pressure that it has. If you're lucky enough to still have the numbers on your spring, then the last 2 or 3 digits followed by N, and the N stands for newtons, is what represents the amount of pressure that it has. One of the most common mistakes you see when someone has already tried to replace the gas springs is that they've gone with one that is too strong. Ultimately what ends up happening is that the fasteners that hold on the mounting bracket are not strong enough to handle the extra pressure, and then ultimately they end up breaking. And then you've got a repair job to try to get the bracket back into place so that you can mount the spring. All in all, it's not such a daunting task with a little bit of planning and preparation. If you just make the first 2 measurements of the stroke and the overall length, and then you're not quite sure about the pressure, you can email me, and you can email at findpart@trvparts.com. I hope you found this video helpful and informative, and thanks for watching.